All right, guys, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with God's Raid. Today, we're going to be looking at Cloudscape Isles. It's the new content that just came out, and we're going to check it out, see what it's about. It's kind of late. I was going to do this live, but unfortunately, I've had a very rough weekend. So we are going to start this off and just kind of get it done, and you guys will get to watch it on Monday, which is basically when you'll be here now. So let's take a look and see what's going on. We have a bunch of heroes we're leveling up right now, but none of that matters. We're going right into here, Cloudscape Isles. Now, basically, one day has been completed already. We did go through the island of prologues, and we beat everything 3-star, and except for the final fight, because you do need to do this with 5 of one species. And as of right now, I don't have a team that can complete this, so I just didn't do it. All right, now, and you have to do it in the time limit. So we'll see how it goes. But either way, let's go back and just kind of see what this is about and how it works. So basically, this is a tower-like kind of journey. All right, you have to go through. You only get 10 keys a day. And that means if you win or lose, you will lose one of these keys, all right? These little blue keys, all right? Now, once you clear something, you can go back with these keys and you can re-clear them, all right? So that's basically how this works. And then eventually it gets harder and harder and harder until you get to the final zone where everything is a lot harder, and it looks like you got level 101 enemies. And yeah, most people probably aren't going to be at this point anytime soon. Let's put it that way. So if you just started, more than likely you'll be able to get through the island of prologues. Whether it's easy or not, that's up to you. I mean, it just depends. But if you've been leveling up your heroes to like max, at least like your main team, you shouldn't have too much of a problem in the prologue. You're basically just going to run it with 2 heroes each fight, and then go back in and run it with whichever species actually that you need to beat it. Now we're going to go into here. We're going to go into Island of Adventure. This is where we're going to use our 10 keys today. So this is what I'm talking about. So the way this works is you click the button, all right, and now you get to set up your team. All right, so this is the team you got to pick. Now, when you're doing these, see, as you see down here, it says clear the stage with 3 or less characters in a squad. That means you got to use 3. Clear the stage with 2 or less deaths, which means no one can die, and then clear the stage with 3 heroes from the orc species included. Now, here's the fun part. You don't have to do it all at once. Now, if you lose and screw up, you lose one of these keys because this is your first time, all right? So it's going to take you longer to beat things. So it's in your best interest, like I said, to just go in here with 3 heroes that can do this. So for me, I picked my boy here, Orc Swordsman. We pick my tank so that Orc doesn't get killed and we slow down the front. And then I bring in my mummy. Where's my mummy? Where is my mummy, actually, now that I think about it? Is mummy missing? Am I just not seeing my mummy? I'm like, where are you, mummy? Oh, we can't use mummy this time. All right, so things have changed. All right, so now we have a limit, actually. So we have orcs, beast, and human. So I just realized that in the beginning, if you look at this, see, we're learning things as we go. So right now, this is the first area. You have no limits. All right, so now we have to have these. So I'm actually glad we went to Island of Adventure because we have to use those heroes anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep these 2. It'd be nice if I had a healer that wouldn't die. Now, I don't trust either one of these heroes to not die. At least not in this area with 133,000 power. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in him. All right, we're going to bring in Spear Knight, and hopefully we can do this without anyone dying. All right, now my Orc Swordsman by himself is 100,000 power, so he's pretty strong. I'm hoping at this point most of these guys can do it. I've run through, I think, Hell mode, I believe, with 1 hero to be able to farm and level up other heroes. So I should be able to clear this with these 3 guys, especially with my orc taking over. Now, if there's any assassins in here, we might have a problem, but I don't think there should be any issues here. Most of this area, maybe the boss would be a problem. But basically what we're going to do is you're going to run it with 3 heroes. All right. What this does is it gets you the first 2 challenges basically cleared. All right, so they're going to be cleared as soon as we get through this with these 3 heroes. So let's beat it. Oh, that's right, we have gods too. So we're going to use the god power right at the end. There you go. Everyone's dead, and now we just focus on Miss Punchy. So there we go. So we finished this fight. Now, what you should do if you want to get all of the challenges done, see, watch, you'll get 2 of them here. Boom. So 2 challenges done. You don't have to do all the challenges in one run, which is amazing. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave. All right, now we're going to go back into this fight, and we're going to clear it with 3 orcs. All right, so now I'm going to keep these 2 because he's the least of my... Actually, no, I don't even have to. We're just going to grab 3 orcs because it doesn't matter if they die. All right, literally it does not matter because you're only clearing the last one. So we're just going to bring in 3 orcs, all right, and then we're going to battle it again. Now, this repeat fight is going to take one of my other keys away. All right, so this isn't going to be a clear key. This is just going to be the repeat clear. And we get points for this, and you'll see what we get from that after we're done. We'll run through this whole level for today. I'll show you the whole fight, and we'll go through, and maybe we'll get to see that little boss fight. Shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, it doesn't even matter. I don't feel like anyone's really going to die except for this back area, because say we have the assassins. This is why we didn't bring them in to begin with. And now we should be on the final fight, so we're just going to use a shield. Oh, that's right. This orc died already, which doesn't matter. Like I said, we're not trying to clear the don't die challenge, so it doesn't really matter. So now we did the one clear, and we should get some stuff. So we're going to get these coins here, which are basically seals of memory. All right, those can be used to exchange, and we got the final challenge with the 50 gems. So there we go. Now we leave and see all 3 challenges cleared. And that's basically how we do it. And as you can see, we use one of each of these things. Now I cleared the whole thing, which is what we're going to do here. We're literally just going to run it with these guys out. So we're going to remove these guys. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and we start. So we're just going to literally run the whole thing with just these 3 heroes, and then we'll go into basically what you get for doing these things. And the fun part is you're actually going to get some pretty good rewards from completing these challenges. They're actually not bad. I kind of like it. You get gear. Now, here's the thing. I don't know how far you want to go. You have all month. All right. Now, are you going to complete the whole thing in the first month? My guess is no. Even if you're a little more advanced, I feel like you still won't be able to beat this. I think we're gonna. I don't even know if this is the final fight. I wasn't paying attention. I should pay attention to what which round we're in, so I know when to use that. So there we go. That's cleared, and it's nice because you get a bunch of gems, and this resets every month. Now, whether or not you actually get to get the gems again and all that, I don't know if that counts for first clear only, or if that's also for every month they decided to give you guys gems, because that would be actually really nice, because then you get, at least you can kind of get a summon or some kind of summons, or even something with your gems for each month that goes by. If they kind of reset it every single month and you only get the reward pieces instead of the gems, I feel like that. I mean, even though the free stuff is nice, I feel like the gems is really going to help, especially with some of the people leaving the game, because like it's just very hard. I don't think there's like a mass exodus or anything. I think people are just kind of pushing through now. But at this point, I would rather see everyone get more stuff. We use that at the wrong time. See, I don't think it's be a problem though. We have our shield. Like, I just don't want them to start losing people because they can't level and get things. And I feel like I don't want it. I don't want them to change the game so much that it's too easy. So I feel like they're still in that zone where it's like it's good. Like it's a sweet, not a sweet spot, but it's good. Like, I'll take what the game is now over a game that's too easy, and all of a sudden, we're having trouble. There we go. We'll get a shield, kill those 2 guys so they don't bother us, and then done. Look at that. But this is why I was saying we're already at the point where you're at 133,000 power for one fight. And anyone who's been doing the tower knows that these fights can get very, very, very hard very quickly. All right. Let's go look real quick before we continue at what you can win here. So there are missions. All right. So you go into the missions, and then every single day you have to clear 10 stages. All right. This is why it's kind of important to make sure that you're clearing as many as you can every single day. And you're going to get these coins. So we got 30 for that one, and we got 60 for this one. You are going to get a reasonable amount of coins every day just for doing that. Then there's seasonal missions where you have to complete achievements. This is why it's so important that you're clearing them with the 3. All right. It's very important you get as many as you can, because now we just got 200 for just doing that one thing. And then you're going to get other stuff in here like gear, more. Look at this. Yeah, 180 Cloudscape achievements. You get 1,000 coins. So there's definitely a bunch of coins in here to get if you are good enough to get them. All right. And then we have the exchange. So now here's where you're going to be using your coins and getting all the things you want. Now, you're going to be tempted, I feel, and so am I, to use this on this. Now, is it a bad idea to do this? I mean, it just depends on where you're at in the game. I would say the best bet is to try to get this, even though it's very expensive and you're only going to get one thing out of it. I think in the long run, you're going to be much happier. Unless gear gets worse. Who knows? Now, I don't know if this is gear that you can only get from here. I would assume yes, because I've never seen these gears, but we haven't beaten everything. We haven't gotten into chaos, so who the hell knows what you're going to get from there. Now, these pieces are very good, all right? So the weapon basically has an increase in attack by 15% and heals by 25% of the damage dealt. So right there, immediately amazing. I mean, how many times have you hit somebody with 100 and 200,000 damage? Well, you're going to get 25% of that back. All right, which is awesome. And you get a 15% increase in attack and penetration and crit. So yeah, that's nice. And then each one of these changes. So you have increased defense and heals. All right. And then you have another one, which is HP. Then in here, I always hit the wrong thing. And then here you have the shield, which basically increases attack and additionally deals damage equal to 50% of defense to enemies that attack this hero. Awesome for a tank. This one is the same thing. increases HP, and deals damage equal to 50% of defense to enemies that attack this hero. So this is good for frontline fighters. Honestly, it might even be good for a healer, because if you boost their defense, you could have this on a healer, and then that stupid, monster that runs to the back with assassin. Yeah, this will probably jack that person up. Then we've got a fail not, which is actually a Final Fantasy reference. No, I don't know if it's a Final Fantasy reference, but there is a fail not in Final Fantasy 2. Final Fantasy 14 also is what I meant. All right, so we've got accuracy penetration. It increases the hero's accuracy by 60%. That is awesome. This screen's a little annoying. Can I click this? There we go. Here we go. So the defense 200, and you get attack increased by 10% when equipped, and additionally increases this hero's skill level by 2. That's insane. This is awesome. Increases your attack speed by 50%. That's the one I would want immediately on one of my heroes, because it also has attack speed 15%, attack and accuracy, all great skills. This is literally the one I would want if I was able to choose right now. And then this is even more amazing, possibly. You might choose this one too. Equip heroes, basic attack, skill, and ultimate skill increases by 2. That is ridiculous. So all of your skills are going to get a +2 if you get this ring. So yes, I think this is your best bet. Even if it's one a month, that's one chance every month to get literally an amazing weapon that you're definitely going to want to level. All right. Whereas here, the only other thing I would do, I wouldn't waste it on summons. Summons can be forged eventually, and you're going to get to a point where all of your heroes are max. That's going to happen. All right. So what that means is that all those extra heroes and all those extra pieces that you have are going to basically go to crafting summons. So this probably isn't your best bet. I think you're going to be wasting your coins if you spend it on this. Gods, I will forgive you a little bit more, because gods are harder to come by. So this could conceivably be maybe how you run it for the first month. Maybe the first month you skip this, all right? And that I wouldn't be mad at either, and I'm honestly considering it because I don't know what to do. But this is basically, you're looking at what, basically 10,500 coins to get all 30 of these god summons. And then here, you can get a bunch more. So you can literally get every month, if you get all the coins, what is this, 30 and then 90, 120 freaking summons a month. So maybe in the beginning, it might be worth your time to use those 120 summons on gods. And honestly, it's almost kind of where my thought process is going on this right now, because gods are really hard to summon. And I'm missing Ares still. I'm having trouble with it. So this will help you level your gods, which I feel is way more important than one piece of gear for this month. After this month, however, yeah, you might want to start shifting into the gear exchange. Who knows? It depends, because we may get better gear next week, and then this becomes obsolete. You know what I mean? So I don't think either one is wrong. If you want that one piece of gear that's really good for like that, maybe you have Duke or you have Orc Swordsman that's really good, maybe use that, and build that hero up more. Otherwise, I would try to get these gods, because that's the only other thing in here I would say you should get. Anything else in here is a waste of your money, like literally a waste of your time, unless you really are trying to push on one weapon here. And even that, I would say, a waste of time. All right, just save up your coins and buy it in the shop. All right, or buy it with, I wouldn't buy it with gems, but there you go. So yeah, I would save up and only do gods or the gear. That's what I would do. You can do how you feel you want to do. All right, so now we're gonna go back in here and try to beat these things. And yeah, like I said, there's missions every day, but I would just run through it real quick with 3 heroes that are your best heroes. Hopefully, you've been leveling up some extra heroes. But the good news is it doesn't matter. If your 3 heroes can clear these without losing, then it does not matter. And actually, it does matter. You need at least 2 heroes that can clear it, because you're going to have some of these fights where you can only bring in maybe one of these guys. Well, you can only bring 2 of these guys, because maybe it'll be a faction that it won't be, because it'll always be these 3 factions, right? Because this one, you can only use these 3 factions. So really, yeah, it doesn't matter. You're always going to have these 3 in here, and then the other 2 heroes will be the one that basically comes in, and it doesn't matter if they die. So as long as you can clear it with 3 heroes, then it don't matter. You can bring in a level 1 uncommon hero and watch him just die, because it won't matter. I don't know if I said it, but it won't matter. And it's good that these 3 actually have poison, so we can do heal reduction. We have Orc Swordsman, who's got Poseidon, who's going to do a ton of damage with that and give us a shield so we can't get killed. And then we've got my boy up here, Null Chief, doing some crazy stuff with his attack down and with his slowdown with his god. I can always forget her name. For some reason, I want to call her Ashante, but it's not. It would be funny, right? All right, next one. What is it? What's her name? Scathy. There we go. I was like, I don't know why I wanted to call her Ashante. Maybe it's because someone I know was singing what is it? That The Boy Is Mine. I know that's not her song, but for some reason, it just made me think of her, because she was in that same time. All right, let's see if we can get some kills in here. So essentially, this is just free stuff every single month, and I think you should treat it as such. I don't go crazy trying to buy stuff. If you are going to buy things for this area, what you should know is that it's a lot easier to buy the retries than it is to buy the regular tries. If you're going to buy 10 more tries in this, you will get it will cost you 1,000 gems. All right. If you're going to buy just refills for the fights that you've already done, it's 400. So you really want to just beat things. All right. Make sure you beat stuff. Don't go into fights that are going to be bad. If you're having trouble already, then just bring 5 heroes in and screw it. You know what I mean? Just screw it, and because you can't have any deaths. So just bring 5 heroes in, and at least you'll win this. At least you'll win this one if you can't beat it with 3. But you are going to get some good stuff in here. We're getting some upgrade material. We're getting some gems. You can use gems to buy some stuff. Whatever you need. I haven't been spending gems anymore, really, except on my energy and on actually pretty much that's it. I think there's only been a few gems that I spent on the masteries that I spent because I didn't get crit rate on one of the rolls, so I had to spend 190 gems to do a reroll. And there was one time that I had to spend 600 gems for that because it wouldn't give me crit. Luckily, I got it right after, so I was like, oh, thank God. That's nothing's worse than spending 600 gems and not getting a stat that you need. So we did that for that. We did buy some energy. I have gone all the way up to. We got a heal reduction on this guy. I have gone all the way up to what is it? I think 200 gems for buying energy. So I have done that. I don't do it every day. It's just when I'm like kind of close to something and I really want to get it. I also don't spend gems on anything else. So like I really just use it for energy and the expeditions. I'll do one every day, possibly three. One free, 150, and if I'm feeling spicy, then yes, I'll get the 100 gem one every day. Not every day, like every once in a while. All right, we got to get this shield going because I don't want anyone dying. This guy is kind of a jerk, so this is going to be rough here, I think. We've got him slowed down. We're already on him. He's going to split very soon. Hopefully we can kill him before he does it, but we know how that works. Are we going to get him? Yep, we got him. Nice. Yeah, he's really hard, by the way. When you first get to him in some of the fights, it's terrible. It's actually kind of horrible. I don't know. I don't like it. So there we go. Another one. What are we on? Zone 6. I want to get to the boss because I want to see a new boss. The last boss was actually kind of cool. It was a giant ice demon guy, and the fights are pretty epic. I mean, I have a feeling that the boss fights in this game are going to start to get real gnarly really quick, and I mean that in a good way. Like already the bosses in this game are like insanely cool. We need to get a shield up. I'm waiting for it. We're going to wait for it because they got to kill. Oh, here we go. Got it. Can't have him die. I'm glad I waited because that shield was necessary. All right. Are there any more of those guys? We're going to poison this time. Try to kill these guys as quickly as possible. Oh, that was my orc swordsman that was getting his butt handed to him. That's not good. He still has his shield, though. Luckily, these guys are slow and don't really do a lot of damage. We'll be able to get our shield back by the time this fight ends. I don't believe there's anything with time here so far. I'm sure they're going to add challenges as the fights go on. I'm sure they're going to get a lot harder. You're going to get more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's going to get more narrow in the amount of heroes you're going to be able to use and your time limits. Look at this. I mean, my team's not weak, and these guys are taking some damage. You know what I mean? But here we go. We'll kill everybody with this. We only have the tank left, and then we'll poison, so there's no more healing from this stupid healer in the back. We also don't have our range dealers that we usually have. You know what I mean? So we're running this with 3 heroes, so it's going to get a little. It's going to get a little tough. Look at this. These guys are going to have a lot of health. So I mean, this team right now. Let's look at the power when we get to the next fight. I don't even know what my total power is. It's over 200,000 for 3 heroes. All right, so just to kind of give you an idea of what you're going to be up against, if you're like maybe 100 to 200,000 power, like your total team. I mean, I'm not talking about just this team. What you're up against. So yeah, look, we're 216,000 power with this team. So we got 360s and 2 gods. I mean, 3 gods. We have 1 level 20, 1 star, 1 level 22 star, and then 1 level 33 star. And this is still, it's not hurting. Like this is going to be a tough one already. There are some heroes that I'm actually building side ones because they will counter some of these fights. Basically, we started building Orc Magician so that we can counter the healing fights. I actually started building the Demon Tank because he actually counters shields. So he would be really good for a fight like this if you had him maxed. All right, because he actually does 100% more damage to enemies with shield. So I think it's starting to get to the point where we can, like, since I have a max team now, it's getting to the point where we can now level up other heroes to, one, try to obviously get this team better, and two, because that's going to start helping us in other fights. Because these fights are going to start getting real bad real quick. And I mean, even in hell mode, like, these fights are not easy. I mean, they're going to be tough. You are going to be really putting your team to the test on a lot of fights. It's going to be mostly damage oriented. There was a few fights where we had to kind of figure out a way to not have my back row murdered in the first 5 seconds. And that's actually another fight that we're working on right now, is literally that one. There's one that's we're having trouble with because the archers in the back row are just murdering my back row. Now, hopefully no one dies. All right, we got our Poseidon off. So now most of these guys are going to be dead. Kill the healer, and we are now only onto the shield guy again. We're going to poison this bastard. Luckily, he only does shields. I don't think he actually heals himself. I'm not honestly sure, but we're going to poison him anyway just to get some more damage on him. Luckily, these guys are pretty strong. My single target DPS on Orc is good, but that time, look at this. Look at this time. I want you guys to see that, like, this is rough. You might have to consider bringing 3 DPS in here, but the problem is that they have to survive. So here we go. We're going to get this going and poison. He's done. So look at that, 26 seconds left. So these fights are already becoming something that is not a joke. So don't think you're going to be flying through this and getting every challenge. All right, you're going to be doing as much as you can and then going from there. But now we're in zone 9. Let's get to the boss, and then we'll be good to go. I think I just kicked something underneath my chair and it hurt. But it can't hurt any more than walking into a pipe. And then I did that at work the other day. It was a pipe sticking out of the ground, out of the wall. And I was trying to do something outside, and I turned around and banged my knee into it. So that was fun. I'll take old people problems. It's like, oh, you banged your knee, you poor baby. Go play God's Raid. All right, let's use this. Oh, God, it's Duke. Please kill him. Thank you. Oh, my God, thank you. He's going to pop up again, isn't he? Yep, he is. I probably should have saved that. Let's see if they're going to kill Duke before. Luckily, he has no HP, but he's got a lot of power. We need a shield real quick. Oh, look at that. Already dead. The only way you can force quit this, by the way, it is something you can do. We're gonna fight it because I need to win. Ah, boo. So we lost. Look at that. See, already we're losing. We're getting losses here. Now we lose a turn because of that. So now we can't do the boss fight. Look at that. They decided they were going to be jerks. Look at that. We lost our key. All right, we're not going to get to see a boss. So we're going to go use an extra key just so you can see a boss for once. So there we go. This is why I said use your best heroes, all right? Because I'm already getting killed. Look at that. Let's go in here. All right, so you guys can see a fight. Let's see a boss fight in here. Get in there. All right, we got 1, 2. Actually, we'll put him. Actually, that was my Noel. I thought that was him. All right, we'll put him here. We're gonna bring him in because I think I like him more. And then we're gonna bring you. We're testing out my orc guy anyway. All right, let's battle this out and see how we do. You guys get to see orc magician getting up there now. He's gonna look at this. Like I said, the fights look really good. He's badass looking. You're fighting a giant, literally a giant. I was gonna say a giant ice monster, or possibly a giant. So what we did last time was we just kind of ran with this, and then we put up the shield first so that nobody dies. That's the first thing, because you don't want anyone getting killed. All right, he's going to start doing some damage, so we want to wait for that shield. The shield's going to start us off really good, and then Mummy's going to heal us, and we're going to get the shield back eventually. All right, so now we want to wait for the flame. I don't think he heals. I don't really know, but either way, we're going to try and go for more damage first. We went through all that just to not see that boss. That's upsetting. But this is why I said don't worry about it too much. You have a whole month to do it, guys. And you're not going to get through more than probably like 4 or 5 stages, which means it'll take you about a week to find the end of this where you're not going to be able to do anything extra. So don't go crazy spending your gems trying to beat things because you're just going to waste your gems. Like, you're just going to waste gems. Don't do it. All right. Unless you're spending money and you don't give a crap, then sure, go ahead and do that. But your average player should not be doing it. We've already got, look at that. He's already getting close to dying. Luckily, we have our healing going and we have our shield. So just know that what you're getting into when we go in here, you are going to be fighting some pretty strong enemies comparatively. So don't expect this to be a cakewalk. We're going to do some poisons. If I had my freaking Aries, it would be nice. I can't believe we've been playing for a month now. We still have yet. I think I have 9 pieces of Aries. Like they suck at giving me pieces of Aries. I'm missing one, and I still don't have them. It's to the point that I'm literally just going to start saving my stuff. I think it's clan or arena. I don't remember which one, but I'm just going to start saving my coins until I get them from there. 20,000 coins, like whatever. It is what it is. All right, there you go. We can leave here. So that's basically what Cloudscapes is and how it works. And then, like I said, just go back. I'll just go back into these, use my extra pieces, and we'll run each one of these now. We have a couple left. We'll just run all these until we run out of coins, and then we'll stop again. So we'll probably try to beat this again, maybe run it with something else, and then tomorrow we'll see if we can beat X and see how that fight works out. But at least you get to see kind of what this is about and know that, look, we're only on the second area. All right. We're already getting our butt handed to us. And there's still 1, 2, and 3 more rows in here. And they don't get any easier. I mean, look at this. Like I said, you're getting 5-star level 104 enemies. That's ridiculous. All right. And you can only do it with Beast and what is this? And the devil, whatever that is, the demon things. So not demon, devil, whatever it is, undead. So just know that, like me personally, I have Null and I have a couple of other heroes that can do this. So I literally cannot beat this fight. Like it doesn't even matter what I do. I will not be able to beat this fight right now if I got to it. So take your time with this. You're not going to be getting far in the first week. If you get to here, I think you're doing well. All right. If you get to here and if you just started, like literally just started, if you can get some rewards from here, I think that's good. So we did complete some more missions. There we go. We got more coins. We're not going to waste any of them just to show it off. But yeah. So there we go. We got some coins. We got some new missions, and we'll be getting very close to deciding whether or not we're going to be buying gods or not, which I honestly think is where my head's at, is just all month just getting gods as much as I can. And possibly if you want, I mean, let's look. We can go into summon god. And as you can see, there's a chance up if you summon 100. So maybe your best bet is, oh wait, this is a different thing. Doesn't matter. So just go in here and like even 50 right here, I'm going to get another absolute god, which is good. Maybe I'll catch one that I already have or even a new one. I'll take all of them. And I think those summons are going to be way more worth your time and energy from there. So yeah, I mean, basically that's it. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about this, feel free to leave a comment below. It's always good to hear from you guys. I mean, this is it's pretty cool content. It's going to be over in a few days. This very much reminds me of the city or Doom Tower in Raid Shadow Legends. It just has that tune all over it where you have to have, all these random heroes. But the good news about this game is you can get every hero in the game right now. Like there's no limited time hero that only, certain players can get. If you play the game long enough and you actually, do your dailies and get all your pieces from there, you just keep fusing heroes and eventually you're going to have every hero. I mean, just we've been playing now for, let's look. Where's the login? First purchase. Oh, I always do this wrong. It's in here. Login. Here we go. Daily check-in. So we're only on day. So we're on day 31. All right. So we've been playing for a month. Okay, and we have. And we're not. I can get one of these guys right now if I wanted to. I'm not doing it yet. But look at this. So we're only missing what 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing 4 legendary heroes. That's it. All right. We have all these guys. And we're missing him because he just came out. So there's only 5 heroes outside of mythicals that we don't have. All right. So yeah, you can get them. It's not going to take that long. We're only playing a month and we already have most of the heroes. You know what I mean? So don't get too crazy. Just focus on a nice team. I mean, look, and we're leveling up secondary heroes right now. As you can see, I have these guys up to level 40 now. So these guys are going to get promoted and we're going to start moving forward. We're going to level him up to 60 and then start working on his awakenings. And he's a secondary hero. Like I have all my 60s here. See, all my rare guys here. And we're going to get all our rares leveled up. And then we're going to focus on one legendary at a time. That's it. So right now, he's the man we're getting leveled up, and we're going to max it out his awakenings, which we actually did get a new one. So let's go for defense, because I need him to stay alive. We only have 1 attack piece left anyway. It's fine. So there we go. We got another awakening on him, and we're going to finish him, and then when he's maxed out, we'll start working on another one. That's it. Just keep moving forward, and I think you guys will have a great time with this. And remember, as always, like, share, subscribe. You help the channel grow. We do a live show every single week, and it gets more and more fun every week. We're starting to get more people coming in. We average about 50 so people each time I do it because we're on for an hour. Hopefully we can get that number up to 100 soon and just start getting some chats going and really seeing what you guys are looking for and what we're trying to do on the channel. All right. So this is God's Raid, the Cloudscape fun the fun of funds. And this is Mobile Gamer Nerd. And you guys, you know what to do. Take care.